Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the secrets buried in corporate filings. Today we are diving into an interesting report from Integrated Rail CM Resources Inc. FK, a Uinta Infrastructure Group Corp., a company that seems to be making some big moves in early 2026. This filing centers around a significant financial event that took place on the 23rd of January 2026, where the company entered into a securities purchase agreement. Essentially, this means they agreed to sell a chunk of their company in exchange for cash. Scroll Integrated Rail 30 Amp Resources Inc. Broke Quinta Infrastructure Group Corp. Scroll, this company formerly known as Uinta Infrastructure Group Corp. is now operating under the name Integrated Rail 30 Amp Resources Incorporated. It is common for companies to rebrand or change their names, especially when undergoing significant shifts in their business or ownership structure. Scroll Emerging Growth Company Scroll. Now, one thing that stands out right away is that Integrated Rail 20 Amp Resources Incorporated has elected to be considered an emerging growth company. This is important because it allows them to take advantage of certain regulatory flexibilities. Think of it as a sort of probationary period where they have a bit more breathing room with some of the stricter rules that apply to larger, more established companies. This often means they can delay adopting certain accounting standards. The core of this report is the agreement to sell shares of their Series A convertible preferred stock. They agreed to sell 50,000 shares for a total of approximately $5 million. This happened in two stages. The first part with 25,500 shares closed right on the 23rd of January 2026, and the second part for the remaining 24,500 shares was scheduled to close on the 6th of February 2026. The buyer in this deal is Credo ERX Pipe Investment LLC. It is important to note that the company is stating that no director or executive officer has any personal stake in this deal, and that they don't have any other significant relationships with this investor beyond this transaction. This helps assure investors that the deal is fair and not influenced by personal interests. This is where things get a bit technical, but it is crucial. The company created a special type of stock called Series A Convertible Preferred Stock. The convertible part is key here because it means this preferred stock can be turned into regular common stock later on. They filed a document called a Certificate of Designations, which lays out all the rules for this new stock. It essentially spells out the special rights and rewards that come with owning this preferred stock. One of the most attractive features of this preferred stock is its dividend rate. It's set at 12% per year. That is a pretty solid annual return. This dividend accrues from the day the stock is issued. This series of preferred stock also comes with a liquidation preference. In simple terms, if the company were to be sold or go out of business, the holders of this preferred stock get paid back before the holders of common stock. They get their money back based on either the initial stated value or its value if converted to common stock, whichever is higher. This offers a layer of protection to these investors. The stock can be converted into common stock at a price of $10 per S-share. This conversion price can be adjusted though with what they call anti-dilution protections. This is to make sure that if the company issues more stock at a lower price in the future, the preferred stockholders are not unfairly disadvantaged. The investors also have redemption rights. This means they can demand that the company buy back their shares under certain conditions. For example, if there is a change in control of the company, or if the company isn't listed on a major stock exchange like NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange, after 7 years they can ask for their money back. This gives them an exit strategy. A significant part of this deal seems to be tied to the company's ambition to get listed on a major stock exchange, like NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange. This is a big step for any company as it increases visibility, liquidity, and prestige. The agreement includes what are called Most Favored Nation or MFN provisions and a right of first refusal or ROFR. The MFN means if the company makes a better deal with another investor in the future, they have to offer it to Credo ERX Pipe Investment LLC as well. The ROFR gives Credo ERX Pipe Investment LLC the chance to buy into future funding rounds before they offer it to others. These clauses protect the investor and ensure they get favorable terms. This section confirms the details of the unregistered sale of equity securities. They sold the Series A Convertible Preferred Stock. As we mentioned, 25,500秒 shares were issued for 2.55英里 LIN dollars, and the remaining 24,500秒 shares are set to bring in another 2.45英里 LIN dollars. This is a private placement, meaning it wasn't offered to the general public, and it is being done under specific exemptions from registration, like Section C(a) of the Securities Act. The money raised from this private placement will be used according to a pre-agreed budget, This indicates a level of financial planning and transparency in how these funds will be deployed to grow the business. On the 23rd of January 2026, the company officially filed that certificate of designations with the Secretary of State of Delaware. This formalizes the creation of the series, a convertible preferred stock, and its specific terms including those important conversion rights, redemption rights, and consent rights for the investor. Scroll Exhibit Number 3.1 Swine Scroll. This section lists the exhibits filed with the report. The Certificate of Designations, as we discussed, is filed here. Scroll Exhibit Number 10.1 Scroll. The main securities purchase agreement itself is also filed. This is the foundational document that outlines the terms of the sale between Integrated Rail Fee-Diamp Resources Incorporated and Crito ERX Pipe Investment LLC. Scroll Exhibit Number 10.3 Fee Scroll. There is also a sponsor letter agreement. This suggests that there are other parties involved, such as Dip Natural Resources Investments LLC and certain insiders, indicating a broader ecosystem around this transaction. Scroll B Subi Fonid Feldot. Scroll the report is signed by Brian M. Feldot, Chief Executive Officer. This signifies the company's official acknowledgement and execution of this filing. Now let's step back and look at the big picture here. Integrated Rail Fee-Diamp Resources Inc. is essentially bringing in significant capital through the sale of convertible preferred stock. This $5 million injection of cash at a valuation point that implies a significant future growth potential is a strong signal. The 12% dividend is quite attractive, and the liquidation preference and conversion options offer solid downside protection for the investor Crito ERX Pipe Investment LLC. The company's goal of listing on a major stock exchange is a clear strategic direction. This capital raise is likely a crucial step to fund operations and meet the requirements for such a listing. The inclusion of MFN and ROFR clauses shows the investor is looking for long-term participation and favorable treatment in future funding rounds. A key risk we can see is the reliance on achieving that stock exchange listing. If that doesn't happen, the preferred stockholders might exercise their redemption rights earlier than anticipated, or the company might face challenges meeting its obligations. The success of this company now hinges on its ability to execute its business plan and successfully transition to a publicly traded entity. Overall, this filing shows a company actively working to secure its future by raising capital and setting the stage for broader market participation. They are clearly prioritizing growth and offering attractive terms to secure the necessary funding. Alright, that is our breakdown of Integrated Rail Fee-Diamp Resources Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching, see you next time.